Welcome to the 10th Annual Athletic Awards, where we wish to recognize the many talents and accomplishments of athletics at Valhalla. The 2020 school year has concluded in a manner none of us could have ever expected. Like everything else, our Athletic Awards event has been modified as well. However, athletes, most of all, are used to change, making adjustments, and performing comfortably in uncomfortable situations. I'm very proud of the athletes that our school produces. I truly believe that our athletes are some of the most prepared graduates our area has to offer. Their ability to balance practice, homework, family, and friends shows their ability to manage time, complete tasks, and overcome obstacles while maintaining a positive attitude. Athletics is a classroom like none other. But now, for the reason you are all watching tonight, our athletic recognitions. First, Mr. Reeder will be recognizing the accomplishments of some of our teams.
Thank you, Mr. Bulette. At this time, I would like to take the moment to recognize some of our individual teams with some phenomenal recognitions. First, our women's volleyball team. This team started the season off by finishing 8th out of 32 teams in Division II at the Nike Invitational in Arizona, and then finished in the Gold Division in the La Jolla tournament. They finished the season with a record of 22-12 and a second-place finish in the Grossmountain Hills League. They capped off the season by advancing to the CIF Division II Finals, finishing as the runner-up. The Lady Norsemen followed up by advancing to the state regional round, where they were able to win a round in the state playoffs for the first time in school history. Congratulations, ladies. Next, I would like to recognize the CIF Scholar Awards. These are teams that have been recognized for having the highest GPA for their sport in the East County by CIF. Also being recognized as a scholar athlete with the highest GPA on that team. First, we would like to recognize the cheer squad for their team GPA of 3.13, and specifically scholar athlete Haley Kasadich for a GPA of 4.78. We would also like to recognize the women's field hockey team for their GPA of 3.44 and scholar athlete Cameron Scantlin with a total GPA of 4.68. Finally, I'd like to recognize the seasonal team GPA recognitions. We would like to highlight the fall sports and congratulate women's cross country with a team GPA of 3.5. And for the winter sports, congratulate the women's soccer team with a GPA of 3.5. The next individual awards are to recognize high honors for athletes from throughout this year. First, I would like to recognize the winners of the district's Sportsmanship Award. Each year, the Athletics Conference has a ceremony to hand out the Sportsmanship Award to the one male and one female from each school. These students have excelled in the classroom and on the field and in their character and sportsmanship in all that they do. This year, the Sportsmanship's Winners Awards are Keegan Baker and Cameron Scantlin. Next, we will recognize the High School Sports Association's Scholar Athlete Awards. They have excelled in the classroom and on the field of play. The HSSA scholarship athletes for 2020 are cross-country, track, and water polo player Sierra Nilopovich and lacrosse players Harry Albers. Sierra had a GPA of 4.838 and Harry had a GPA of 4.846. Next, I would like to introduce again Mr. Bulette, who will introduce the AAA Award.
The AAA Award recognizes an individual from each sport that has represented the team successfully in multiple ways. These 25 different individuals are being recognized for their academics, maintaining an overall GPA of at least 3.0, for their attitude, as an encouragement to others, and for their athletic ability. For the fall sports, the cross-country AAA Award winner is Adam Nance. For cross-country girls, Kate Baranski. For field hockey, Elena Hines. For football, Keegan Baker. For girls golf, Abby Powell. For girls tennis, Antoine Hanna. For girls volleyball, Aubrey Woods. And for boys water polo, Jimmy Brico. For our winter sports, the AAA award winners for boys basketball were Calvert Isho, girls basketball, Lamis Adib, boys soccer, Anthony Hernandez, girls soccer, Ariana Rodriguez, girls water polo, Sierra Nalipovich, and wrestling, Guadalupe Garcia. Mr. Reeder will be awarding the Triple Award winners for our spring sports.
For spring sport, AAA awards in the following spring sports are baseball, Kyle Casper. For boys golf, Patrick Ryan. For boys lacrosse, Chris Domes. For girls lacrosse, Paula Rye. For softball, Bailey Munch. For swim and dive boys, Eric Nordquist. For swim and dive girls, Taylor Moultrie. For tennis boys, Laith Morrow. For track and field boys, Randy Munoz. For track and field girls, Sierra Hoffman. And for volleyball boys, Owen Dirks.
And now, we would like to honor some of the best underclassmen from this year's athletic programs. These athletes have individual success and have contributed to the success of their respective teams. We have chosen 10 individuals to receive the Outstanding Underclassmen Athletic Awards. The females, our first recipient was a volleyball player, Whitney Hauser. Next, a volleyball player, Ella Norquist. A cross-country soccer and track athlete, Kate Baranski. Another track athlete, Allison Slater. And from soccer and volleyball, Jenna A. Smith. Congratulations. And now, our male award winners. From soccer, Dylan Lizarazo. Football and soccer player, Edward Villavicencio. Cross-country athlete, Manuel Campos. Our baseball player, Trey Hennigy. And track and football athlete, Alan Kalasho. Congratulations to all our Underclassmen Award winners. Our next awards goes to our tri-sport athletes. This award honors individuals that define what is meant by a multi-sport athlete and what that looks like. They have spent countless hours in a variety of sports. Their efforts have landed them in 3 varsity letters in just 1 year and thus made them eligible for the Tri-Sport Award. The Tri-Sport Award is recognized with a Thor's hammer patch that can be displayed on their letterman's jacket. The hammer patch must be earned, and it is one of the rarest patches at Valhalla. This year, we have more tri-sport athletes than ever before. So that is amazing, and congratulations to all our athletes. Our first tri-sport athlete is Kate Baranski from cross-country, soccer, and track. Our second award winner is Marsalis Childs from football, basketball, and track. Our third is Elle Fishwick for volleyball, water polo, and swim. Next is Nathaniel Hernandez for cross-country, soccer, and track. Next is Alyssa Kasiunen for cross-country, soccer, and lacrosse. Next is Perry Kraft for cross-country, soccer, and track. Next is Sierra Nalipovich for cross-country, water polo, and track. Next is Brielle Roche for cross-country, water polo, and swim. And lastly is Josie Stollard for volleyball, water polo, and swim. Congratulations to all our tri-sport athletes. Next is our Iron Norseman Award. This award recognizes an athlete for completing 3 seasons of a sport in each of their 4 years as an athlete at Valhalla. We have 1 winner this year for the Iron Norseman Award for the class of 2020. for cross country, water polo, and track for each of their for 3 seasons of competition, our award winner is Sierra Nilipovich. Congratulations. And now, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Caston for the Scholar Athlete Award.
The Scholar Athlete of the Year award is given to a varsity athlete that has a minimum GPA of a 4.0 and has been considered one of the best athletes in their sport. The female Scholar Athlete of the Year with a GPA of 4.683 is field hockey and soccer player Cameron Scantlin. The male Scholar Athlete of the Year with a GPA of 4.649 is football player Keegan Baker. It is an honor at this time to present to the family of Paul Valadez Jr. with his freshman football jersey and helmet.
Valhalla is very lucky to have so many wonderful coaches, but none have a higher standard of excellence than this year's Coach of the Year. This coach led the team to one of the best seasons the sport has ever seen here at Valhalla. The Valhalla 2020 Coach of the Year is our women's volleyball coach, Doug Babington. Congratulations, Coach. We're thankful to have you.
I'd like to pause for just a moment before our final awards. First, I look forward to seeing most of you come back next year for the 46th year of Valhalla Athletics. But to our senior student athletes, the class of 2020 will forever be known as the class whose seasons were cut short, whose senior traditions were modified and adjusted to accommodate the crazy circumstances we now find ourselves in. Many have let themselves get caught up in the negativity and the loss that this situation brings. However, you're not just anyone. You're athletes. You have for years trained to overcome. Athletes understand adversity. You have all had to get past injuries, tough losses, and failures, yet you still showed up for practice the next day. You got in the batter's box, the starting blocks, on the field, pool, court, and mat, and told yourself, I can do this. We can do this. As an athlete, you are better equipped to handle this time more than most. You've dealt with difficult situations and have overcome them. Remember the lessons that you've learned in sports and use them. Experiencing defeat at any one moment does not mean that you're defeated. There is always hope. This is just an opportunity to overcome and triumph. Nothing is impossible. You understand this and will succeed. The class of 2020 will always have a special place in the hearts of your coaches, teachers, and staff at Valhalla. We are proud of you. And now we have come to the final awards of the evening. These 10 seniors are being awarded with Athletic Excellence Awards. The award recognizes the students' athletes' accomplishments and nominates them for the title of Valhalla High School's Class of 2020 Athlete of the Year. The first nominee is a football player, Keegan Baker. The second nominee is a baseball sensation, Kyle Casper. The third nominee is a baseball star, Joey Ingracia. The fourth nominee is swim and water polo player, Eric Norquist. The fifth nominee is one of the county's best wrestlers, Matthew Jordan. And now for our female nominations. The first nominee is a water polo player and softball player, Bailey Munch. The second nominee is a cheerleader, Haley Kasadich. The third nominee is a soccer star, Ariana Rodriguez. Our fourth nominee is a field hockey and soccer player, Cameron Scantlin. And our fifth nominee is a multi-sport athlete in cross country, water polo, and track, Sierra Nilipovich. Congratulations on all our nominees. And now, our Athlete of the Year. All of these athletes have represented themselves, their teams and Valhalla family proudly and will be remembered for their efforts. However, we have two that stand out amongst the rest. The female athlete of the year for the class of 2020 is Ariana Rodriguez. Congratulations. The male athlete of the year for the class of 2020 is Joey Ingracia. Congratulations to the both of you on your hard work and dedication to Valhalla Athletics. In closing, I want to thank each of you for watching this evening. I would like to thank our coaches, parents, students for all that you do to support Valhalla Athletics. To our athletic admin team that I work with, Mrs. Caston, Mr. Reeder, and our support staff of Mrs. Decker, Ms. Williams, Mrs. Wirtz, Mrs. Drummel, and of course Mr. Owens and ASB for all your work behind the scenes. Thank you all. On behalf of Mrs. Caston and Mr. Reeder, I'm Steve Bulette. Thank you for watching, and good night.